Good morning. As you can see, I have my head in the clouds this morning. I'm in my office and this is painted on the wall. And I just thought it might be a nice backdrop for a Thursday morning, say I do to you. This morning, let's talk about compliments and what we do with compliments. So, what do you do with a compliment? Do you take it in, feel the love, own it, know it, accept it? Is there a place in you that compliment can live and grow? Or do you bat it away? Do you say, this old thing? God, I have that for years. Or, well, think inside, if they really knew me, they wouldn't say that. Do you compliment them right back? Like, oh, if they're saying something nice about me, I'm beholden, I have to say something nice back to them. Or do you just not know what to do? Do you feel uncomfortable? Does it feel hard to take in a compliment? And I think we all do all of those things at one time or another because it is part of our humanity. But noticing ourselves in these moments is what I'm really encouraging us to do so that we do know ourselves more deeply and we can love ourselves more completely. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but this morning I heard Jack Kornfield say that we really can't love others completely until we love ourselves. And so that's what this work is. How can we know as much as we can about ourselves in the most accepting, loving way? So when someone offers us a compliment and they are being loving and you trust them, I mean, I think we all know a disingenuous compliment or a manipulative compliment, and okay, but for the most part, when people say something nice, they mean it. They want us to receive the gift. So let's look at what happens, why we don't accept the gift. Okay? So the thing that I am thinking about, number one, is that I don't believe that about me. If you say that nice thing, I don't believe that's true. That's not my experience of myself. So I must be right and you must be wrong. That's a clue to us, to me, that the way I talk to myself, the things I tell myself, are not complimentary. That the compliment doesn't resonate. I don't believe it. It's like I don't have a post office box to put it inside of me because my voice to me is more critical. So what we could notice is I will take criticism in like a heartbeat. Like, there it goes. I can remember, oh boy, probably 20 years ago, I was presenting at a conference. I was the last speaker of the day or of 2 days. Bad place to be in the speaking lineup. And I was addressing the whole audience. And so everyone's tired. Some people have left. And when I got the evaluations, there was one evaluation that was so mean and critical. And to this day, I remember it. There was probably 100 people in the room. There was probably 60 evaluations. I remember one. I remember the criticism because it fit in me. There was a post office box to stick it in. Whereas the compliments kind of like, oh yeah, well, fooled them. Okay. So if you don't believe it about you, you are not going to believe it when the other person says it. And that would be something to get interested in. The second thing is we do believe we have fooled people. It's what imposter syndrome is. I believe I have fooled all these people who think this of me. So there's a great story that I like to tell over and over. It is, if one person calls you a donkey, you can ignore them. If 2 people call you a donkey, you might want to get interested. And if 3 people call you a donkey, you probably need to buy a saddle. So what I'm saying here is, if you have a compliment, and then you hear kind of the same compliment or a similar compliment, if you start to gather the compliments and there's a theme about you, you might want to start believing it. Maybe, just maybe, there is something to what they're saying. Maybe you haven't fooled them. Maybe you're not that good to fool all these people. Could you give those people credit for seeing a part of you you don't see? Which leads to the third idea, which is sometimes we have to let go of our histories in order to receive the compliment. We have to let go of the story we have told ourselves, the story we've been told about ourselves, in order to hear the new story that other people are telling us about ourselves. So these are the options that if we start to do research, if we're really doing good research, we are not holding our hypothesis. We are getting interested in what other people are bringing to us. So notice what people say to you. Notice when they compliment you. Notice what you do with it. And if you are going to your historical hypothesis of that's not true of me, if they only knew me, then you are probably working from something that was told to you long ago. If you start to listen to how other people see you, maybe you can let them begin to mirror for you something new. So that is my wish for you, is that the mirrors that you bring in to your life are lovely, complimentary, wonderful mirrors, and that you hear them, you take them in, and you make them yours. So today and every day, I hope you say I do to you, that you love yourselves, and you offer that love back to others. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.